Welcome to Let's Talk About It, in an effort to answer the questions and destigmatize all of the questions around childhood sexual crimes and the deviance. Let's talk about it. I'm tired of the naysayers, those that say it's just another sob story. If you get to tell your childhood stories, so do we. So, for everybody out there who's come through what I've come through, let's talk about the first question that seems so difficult for everybody. It's this question of love. How could you, when you come from such abuse, still love these people who did such heinous things to you? That's actually not a difficult question to answer. Let's go ahead and read this comment. I think it sums it up best. It was on my audiobook and it came out of the UK. It starts with bizarre. This audiobook is strange. I found it difficult to sympathize with Jody the further the tale continued. What happened to her was horrendous, and how she still wanted the love and acceptance from the perp at the end is hard to fathom. I wanted her to kill him, but instead, she hugs him. I've had so many people ask me this question, personal people. I've received texts after they've read my book. I want to say this book was made for the brokenhearted. It's not made for the bystander. You guys will never understand our stories. You can't understand our stories. But let's go ahead and explore this a little deeper. All children want and deserve love. Children that come from homes of chronic abuse from the time they're small only learn that love has manipulation in it. You see, perps don't lead with their crimes. Perps lead with their love. My father basically treated me like I was his anointed one. He gave me special privileges, and he used it all of my life. If I gave him a card when I was a kid, he saved that card. Later, to use it against me if I tried to stand up, he'd get up from his chair, he'd walk up the stairs, and he'd come down and show me the cards that through the years, a child wants to tell their parents that they love them. And so that's what I did. And he'd hand me the card and he'd say, see, our love, the love card. It's a tough card to play when you come from abuse. But it sounds a lot like the Stockholm Syndrome, doesn't it? Remember 1973, Stockholm, Sweden, there's a bank robbery. After a few days, these people become so bonded to these people that they won't even testify against them in a court of law. As a matter of fact, many of them actually funded for their defense. Stockholm Syndrome. It's exactly what children it is that we live. But I have to tell you, kids that come through these homes were bright. We actually came up with a way to not only exist, but it was a coping mechanism. The treatment for Stockholm Syndrome is talk therapy. So the next time that you meet a person like me who's come through severe trauma, first, remember the resilience that that person has, and then maybe talk it out with them. Have an ear that can listen, but keep your judgment at home. See you next time.